Hi guys, I'm back. Today I'm going to read Isaiah 29 to 34, Proverbs 25 and Psalm 30. Let's get started. Ariel, to see where... Wait a minute. Oh wait, right, I was right. Okay. Hi guys, I'm back. Today I'm going to read Isaiah 29 to 34, Proverbs 25 and Psalm 30. Let's get started. Ariel, the city where David encamped, and year to year let the feast run there round. Yet I will distress Ariel, and there shall be mourning and lamentation, and she shall be to me like an arrow, and I will encamp against you all around, and I will besiege you with towers, and I will raise siege works against you, and you will be brought low from the earth you shall speak, and from the dust your speech will be bowed down, and your voice shall come from the ground like the voice of a ghost, and from the dust your speech shall whisper. Let the multitude of the foreign fire shall be like small dust, let the multitude of the ruthless like passing chaff. And so suddenly you will be visited by the Lord of hosts, with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with whirlwind and tempest, and the flame of a devouring fire, and the multitude of all the nations that fight against Aaron, all that fight against her in the stronghold and distress her, shall be like a dream, a vision of the night. As when a hungry man drinks, and behold he is eating, and awakes with his hunger, and not satisfied, or as when a thirsty man drinks, and behold, he is drinking, and awakes faint, with his thirst not quenched. So shall the multitude of all the nations be that fight against Mount Zion. Astonish yourselves and be astonished. My lion yourselves and be blind. Be drunk, but not with wine. Stagger, but not with strong drink. For the Lord has poured out upon you in the spirit of deep sleep, and has closed your eyes, and covered your heads. And the vision thereof all this has come to you, like the words of the book that is sealed. And when men give it to one who can read, saying, read this, he says, I cannot, for it is sealed. And when they give the book to one who cannot read, saying, read this, he says, I cannot read. And the Lord said, I heard the people draw near with their mouth and honor me with their lips. Now their hearts are far from me, and they fear me as a commandment taught by men. Therefore I behold, I will again do wonderful things with this people, with wonder upon wonder, and the wisdom of the wise men shall perish, and the discernment of the discerning man shall be hidden. You who hide deep from the Lord your God, who sees in the dark, and who say, who sees us, who knows us, you turn things upside down, you shall the bottom be regarded as the clay, that the thing should say of its maker, he did not make me, or the thing formed say of him who formed it, he is not understand, it is not yet a very little while, until the man shall be turned into a fruitful field, and the fruitful field shall be regarded as a forest. In that day the deaf shall hear the words of a book, and as they gleam in darkness the eyes of the blind shall see, the meek shall obtain fresh joy in the Lord, and the poor among mankind shall exalt in the Holy One age. And for the ruthless shall come to nothing, and the scoffer cease, and all who watch to do evil shall be cut off, who by a word make a man out to be an offender, and lay a snare for him who reproves in the gate, and with an empty plea turn aside him who is in the right. And therefore thus says the Lord, who redeemed Abraham concerning the house of Jacob shall no more be ashamed, no more shall his face repent, for when he sees his children, and the work of my hands in his midst, they will sanctify my name, they will sanctify the Holy One of Jacob, and will stand in the awe of the God of Israel. And those who go astray in spirit will come to understand, and those who murmur will have self-instruction. Stubborn child, declares the Lord, who carry out a plan, but not mine, and who make us an alliance, but not my spirit, that they may add sin to sin, who set out to go down to Egypt without asking for my direction, to take refuge in the protection of Pharaoh, and to seek shelter in the shadow of Egypt. Therefore shall the protection of Pharaoh run to your shame, and the shelter of in the shadow of Egypt to your humiliation. Although his officials are at Zion, and his envoys with chains, everyone comes to shame. There are people that cannot profit them, that brings neither help nor profit, to shame and disgrace, and oracle and the beasts of the naked, through a land of trouble and anguish, from where come the lioness and the lion, the adder and the flying forest have. And they carry their riches on the backs of donkeys, and their treasures on the back humps and camels, to a people that cannot profit them. Egypt's help is worthless and empty, therefore I have called her, Rahab who sits still. And now go, write it before them on a tablet, and inscribe it in the book, that it may be for the time to come as a witness forever. And they are rebellious people, lying children unwilling to hear the instruction of the Lord. Who say to the seers, do not see, and to the prophet, do not prophesy to us what is right. Speak to us smooth things, and prophecy illusions. Lead the way, turn aside from the path, let us hear no more about the Holy One of Israel. Therefore thus is the Holy One of Israel, because you despise this word, and trust in oppression and perverseness, and rely on them. Therefore this iniquity shall be to you like a breach in a high wall, bulging out and about to collapse, whose breaking comes suddenly in an instant. Its breaking is like that of a potted vessel, and that is smashed so ruthlessly, that among its fragments not a shard is found, with which to take fire from the hearth, or to dip out water out of the cistern. But thus says the Lord God, the Holy One of Israel, in returning and mercy shall be saved, and quietness and trust shall shall be your strength, and you are unwilling. And he said, No, we will flee upon horses. Therefore you shall flee away, and we will ride upon swift steeds. Therefore your pursuers shall be swift, and fasten shall flee at the threat of one. At the threat of 5 you shall flee. To your left, like flagstaff on top of the mountain, like a signal on the hill. Therefore the Lord waits to be gracious to you, and therefore he exalts himself to show mercy to you. For the Lord is a God of justice. And thus shall all those who wait for him. There are people shall dwell in Jerusalem. You shall weep no more. He will surely be gracious to you at the sound of your cry. As soon as he hears it, he answers you. And though the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet your teacher shall not hide himself any more. Your eyes shall see your teacher, and your ears shall hear a word behind you. Say, this is the way, walk in it. And when you turn to the right, or when you turn to the left, and you will defile your carved idols overlaid with silver, and your gold-plated metal images. You will scatter them as unclean things. You will say to them, Be gone, and he will give rain for the sea with which you stirred the ground, and bread, the produce of the ground, which will be rich and plenteous. On that day your livestock will graze in large pastures, and the oxen and the donkeys that work the ground will eat seasoned fodder, which is being winter with shoveling forth. And on every lofty mountain and every high hill there will be brooks running with water. And the day of the great slaughter, when the towers fall, moreover the light of the moon will be as the light of the sun. And the light of the sun will be sevenfold, as the light of 7 days. In the day when the Lord binds up the brokenness of his people, and heals the wounds and inflicts by his blood. And behold, the name of the Lord comes from afar, burning with his anger, and his thick rising smoke. His lips are full of fury, and his tongue is like a devouring fire. His breath is like an overflowing stream. It reaches up to the neck, and to sink the nations with the sieve of destruction. And place on the jaws of the peoples a bridle that leads astray. You shall have a song as in the night when the holy feast is kept, and gladness of heart as when one sits out to the sound of flute, to go to the mountain of the Lord, to the rock of Israel, and the Lord will cause his majestic voice to be heard, and a descending blow of his arm to be seen in fierce anger, and a flame of devouring fire, with a cloudburst and storm and hailstones. And your series will be terror-stricken at the voice of the Lord, when he strikes with his rod, and every stroke of the appointed staff which the Lord lays on them will be to the sound of tambourines and lyres. Battling with brandished shall he'll fire with them. For a burning place is long being prepared. Indeed, for the king it is made ready. His pyre made deep and wide, with fire and wood in abundance. And the breath of the Lord, like a stream of sulphur, kindles them. Where you go down to Egypt for help, and you rely on horses, who trust in chariots because they are many, and horsemen because they are very strong. But do not look to the Holy One of Israel, or consult them. And yet he is wise and brings disaster. He does not call back his word. And will arise against the house of the evildoers, and against the helpers of those who work iniquity. The Egyptians are man and not God, and the horses are flesh and not spirit. And the Lord stretches out his hand, and helper will stumble, and all who are helped will fall, and they will all perish together. For thus the Lord said to me, as a lion or a young lion growls over his prey, and when a band of shepherds is called out against him, he is not terrified by the shadow, or daunted at their noise. So the Lord of hosts will come down to fight on Mount Zion and on its hill. Like birds hovering, so the Lord of hosts will protect you. He will protect and deliver, he will spare and rescue. Down to whom people have deeply been revolted, O children of Israel. For in that day everyone shall cast away his arrows of silver and arrows of gold, which your hands are sinfully made for. And his servant shall fall by a sword, not a man, and a sword, not a man, shall devour him. And he shall flee from the sword, and his young man shall be put to forced labor. And his rock shall pass away in terror, and his officers desert the standard in panic, because the Lord whose fire is in Zion, and his furnace is in Jerusalem. Behold, a king will reign in righteousness, and princes will rule in justice. Each will be like a hiding place from the wind, a shelter from the storm, like streams of water in a dry place, like the shade of a great rock in a weary land. Then the eyes of those who see will not be closed, and the ears of those who hear will give attention. The heart of the hasty will understand and know, and the tongue of the stammerers will hasten to speak deceitfully. A fool no more will be called noble, nor the scoundrel said to be honourable. For the fool speaks folly, and his heart is busy with iniquity. To practice ungodliness, to utter arrogance, and to leave the craving of the hungry unsatisfied, and to revive the thirsty. As for the scoundrel, his devices are evil, for he plans wicked schemes, who ruin the poor with lying words, and even when the plea of the needy is right, that he in his noble plans noble things, and on noble things he stands. The rest of you who are at ease, hear my voice. You complacent daughters, give ear to my speech, and little more than you will shadow you complacent women. When the great harvest fails, the free harvest will not come. Tell me, a woman who are at ease, shadow you complacent ones. Strip and make yourselves bare, and tie sackcloth around your waist. Beat your breast for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine, for the soil of my people. Growing up in thorns and briars, yes, what only yours houses in the golden sea, and the palace of Christian were probably seen and they hold the watchtower, dance forever. The joy of wild donkeys and pasture flock, until the Spirit is poured upon us from on high, and the wilderness becomes a fruitful field, and the fruitful field is deemed afar, and justice will dwell in the wilderness, and righteousness abide in the fruitful field, and the effect of righteousness will be at peace, and the result of righteousness and quietness and trust forever. My people will abide in a peaceful habitation, in secure dwellings and in quiet resting places, and you'll hail when the forest falls, and the city will be utterly laid low. And happy are you who sow beside all waters, who let the feet of the ox and the donkey range free. Are you destroyed, who yourself have not been destroyed, you traitor, whom thou hast betrayed. When you have ceased to destroy, you'll be destroyed. When you finish betraying, they'll betray you. O Lord, be gracious to us, we wait for you. Be our arm every morning, our salvation in the time of trouble. The tumultuous noise people flee. When you lift yourselves up, nations are scattered. And your sword is gathered as a caterpillar of gathers, as locust is left upon. When the Lord is exalted, for he dwells on high. He'll fill Zion with justice and righteousness. He'll be the stability of your time. Abundance of salvation, wisdom, and knowledge. The fear of the Lord is on his treasure. The heroes cry in the streets, the envoys of peace weep bitterly. The highways lie waste, the traveller sees, covenants are broken, cities are despised. There is no regard for men, the land mourns and languishes. The land is confounded and withers away. Sharon is like a desert, and Bashan and Carmel shake off their leaves. And now I will rise, says the Lord. Now I will lift myself up. Now I will be exalted. You can see chaff, you give birth to stubble. Your breath is the fire that will consume you, and the peoples will be burned. Will be as if burnt alive, like thorns cut down that are burned in the fire. Hear you who are far off what I have done, and you who are near acknowledge my might. The sins in Zion are afraid, trembling and cease godless. Who among us can dwell with the consuming fire? Who among us can dwell with the everlasting burning? He who walks righteously and speaks uprightly, who decides the game of the oppression, who shakes his hand lest they hold a bribe, who stops his ears from hearing of bloodshed, and shuts his eyes from looking on evil. He'll dwell in the heights. His place of defense will be the fortresses of rocks. His bread will be given him, his water will be sure. Your eyes will behold the king and his beauty. You will see a land that stretches afar. Your heart will muse on the tower. Where is he who counted? Where is he who weighed the tribute? Where is he who counted the towers? You will see no more innocent people. People of an obscure speech that you cannot comprehend, stammering in a tongue that you cannot understand. Behold Zion, the city of our point of view. Your eyes will see Jerusalem, an untroubled habitation, and an immovable tent, whose stakes will never be plucked up, nor will any of its cords be broken. And there has the law and majesty will be for us, a place of broad rivers and streams, where no galley with oars can go, and no majestic sheep can pass. The Lord is our judge, the Lord is our lawgiver, the Lord is our king, he'll save us. No quarter hang loose, they cannot hold the mast firm in its place, or keep the sails spread. When then prey and spoil and abundance will be divided. Even the lame will take the prey, and no inhabitant will say, I am safe. The people who dwell there will be forgiven their iniquity. Draw near, O nations, to hear, and give attention, O peoples. Let the earth hear, and all that fills it, the water, and all that comes from it. And all that comes from it. And the Lord is enraged against all the nations, and is furious against all their hosts. He has directed them to destruction, he has given them over for slaughter. Their slain shall be cast out, and the stench of their corpses shall rise. The mountains shall flow with their blood, and all the hosts of heaven shall rot away, and the skies roll up like a scroll. All their hosts shall fall, as leaves from the vine, like leaves falling from the fig tree. While my sword is strong, it's filled in the heavens, and it descends for judgment upon Edom, upon the people I have devoted to destruction. The Lord has a sword, it is stained with blood, it is gorged with fat, and the blood of lambs and goats, and the fat of kidneys and of rams. But the Lord has a sacrifice in blood, the great slaughter and the lion, and wild oxen shall fall with them, and young steers with the mighty bulls, and the land shall drink its fill of blood, and the soul shall be gorged with fire. For the Lord has a day of vengeance, a year of recompense for the cause of Zion, and the streams of Edom shall be turned into pitch, and the soil into sulphur, and the land shall become burning pitch. 9 days shall not be quenched, and smoke shall go up forever. From generation to generation shall lie waste, and it shall pass through forever and ever. But the hawk and the porcupine shall possess it, the owl and the raven shall dwell in it. He shall stretch the line of confusion over it, and the plumb line of emptiness. His nobles, there is no one there to call it a kingdom, and all his princes shall be nothing. Jordan shall grow over his strongholds, nettles and thistles in his fortresses. It shall be the haunt of jackals, and a bird for ostriches. And wild animals shall meet with hyenas, the wild goat shall cry to his fowl. Indeed, there the night bears cells and finds for herself a resting place. There the owl nests and lays and hatches and gathers her young in the shadow. Indeed, there the hawks are gathered, each one with their mate. Seek and read from the book of the law. No one of these shall be missing. None of them shall be without her mate, for the master of the Lord has commanded. And the Spirit has gathered them, he has cast love for them, his hand is portioned out to them with the light. They shall possess her forever. From generation to generation they shall dwell with it. Proverbs 25. These are the proverbs of Solomon, which the men of Hezekiah, king of Judah, copied. It is the glory of God to conceal things, but the glory of kings is to search things out. As the heavens were high and the earth were deep, so the heart of kings is unsearchable. Take away the dross from the silver, and the smith is material for a vessel. Take away the wicked from the presence of a king, and his throne will be established in righteousness. You will put yourself forward in the king's presence, will stand in the place of the great. But it is better to be told, come up here, than to be put lower in the presence of the noble. When your eyes are seen, do not hastily bring them to court. What will you do in the end when your neighbor puts you to shame? Argue a case with your neighbor himself, and do not reveal another secret. Lest he who hears you bring shame upon you, and the ill reproof have no end. And where the fitly spoken is like apples of gold in the setting of song. Like a gold ring or an ornament of gold is a wise reproof to a listening ear. Like the cold of snow in the time of harvest is a faithful messenger to those who send. He refreshes the soul of his masters. Like clouds of men without rain, he is a man who boasts of a gift he does not give. And as the patience a ruler may be persuaded, and a soft tongue will break a bone. If you have found honey, eat only enough, lest you have your fill of it and vomit it. May your foot be seldom in your neighbor's house, lest he have his fill of you and hate you. If any bears false witness against his neighbor, he is like a war club, or a sword, or a sharp arrow. Trusting in the treacherous man in the time of trouble is like a bad tooth or a foot that slips. Whoever sings songs to a heavy heart is like one who takes off a garment on a cold day, and like vinegar on soda. If your enemy is hungry, give him bread to eat. If he is thirsty, give him water to drink. For you will heap burning coals on his head, and the Lord will reward you. The north wind brings forth rain, and the backbiting tongue angry looks. It is better to live in the corner of a house-top than in a house shared with cross and water. Like cold water to a thirsty soul, so is goodness from a far country. Like a mighty spring or a polluted fountain, is a righteous man that gives way before the wicked. It is not good to eat much honey, nor is it glorious to seek one's own life. A man without self-control is like a city broken into and left without walls. Psalm 30. I extol you, O Lord, for you have drawn me up, and have not let my foes rejoice over me. Lord my God, I cry to you for help, and you have healed me. O Lord, you have brought up my soul from Sheol. You restored me to life from among those who go down to the pit. Sing praise to the Lord, O you his saints, and give thanks to his holy name. For his anger is but for a moment, and his favour is for a lifetime. Weeping may tarry for the night, and joy comes with the morning. As for me, I sit in my prosperity, I shall never be moved. I have favour, Lord, you made my mountain stand strong. In your face I was dismayed. To you, O Lord, I cry, and to the Lord I plead for mercy. What profit is there in my death if I go down to the pit? Will the dust praise you? Will it tell of your faithfulness? Hear, O Lord, and be merciful to me. O Lord, be my helper. You turn from me my mourning into death. You lose my sackcloth and clothe me with gladness. And my glory may sing your praise and not be silent. O Lord my God, I will give thanks to you forever. Now the stand, I shall now do the Lord's prayer. Please bow your heads, our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread. Forgive us our debts as you are forgiven our debtors. There is not temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. Yours is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. See you tomorrow. Bye.